If I told you there's an investment that could transform your entire financial future and it costs almost nothing, would you believe me? Most people don't because we're taught to think wealth comes from high salaries, big real estate deals, or getting lucky in the stock market. But that's simply not true. And today on Finance Flash, I'm going to reveal the number one investment every American can afford right now, even if you feel broke, behind, or completely overwhelmed. But before we dive in, I want to start with two real examples that show exactly what I mean. First example, Mike from Ohio. Mike used to avoid anything related to money. Budgeting? Nope. Credit score? He didn't even want to look at it. One day, he finally spent just 15 minutes learning how credit scores actually work. And that tiny bit of knowledge helped him raise his score, saving him $19,000 on his mortgage. Think about that for a second. 15 minutes of learning for $19,000 in savings. Here's the part most people never realize. Small knowledge creates massive results. Now, the second example, a single mom from Arizona who reached out to me last year. She learned one simple budgeting method, the 50-30-20 rule, when within 3 months, she had her first real emergency fund. Before that, she couldn't handle a $400 surprise expense, and she's not alone. According to the Federal Reserve, 40% of Americans can't afford a $400 emergency. But here's the shocking truth. Many of them could if they understood how money really works. And that brings me to the investment you can afford. Financial education, not a class, not a degree, just learning how money works. Here's something that might surprise you. Most Americans don't have a money problem, they have a money knowledge problem. Let me ask you directly. Have you ever felt like money controls you instead of the other way around? Like no matter how hard you work, you're never ahead? That's not your fault. Nobody teaches us money. Not in middle school, not in high school, not even in college. But here's the good news. This is one of the few areas in life where you can take control instantly. Imagine this for a second, just a moment. Imagine walking through a maze blindfolded. That's how most people live financially. But when you take even a little time to learn the rules, it's like removing the blindfold. Suddenly the path becomes clearer. Suddenly, money starts feeling predictable instead of scary. Here's something almost nobody realizes. You don't need to be rich to learn how money works. But you do need to learn how money works to become rich. Before I continue, if this is already helping you, hit the like button so YouTube shows this video to more people who need it. It really supports the channel. Now, let's go deeper. Here's the mistake almost every American makes. They try to invest before they understand investing. They try to save without understanding inflation. They try to pay off debt without understanding interest rates. But imagine how your life would change if you understood money the same way wealthy people do. Imagine having the confidence to make decisions because you actually know what you're doing. Let me give you another visual. Imagine checking your bank account and actually feeling calm. Imagine your money growing quietly in the background while you sleep. Imagine finally having a plan instead of hoping things just work out. And here's the thing, this version of you is not far away. It just starts with small steps. Let me give you 2 extremely practical actions you can take today. Action step number 1. Track your expenses for 7 days. Just 1 week. Most Americans discover that 20 to 30% of their money disappears on things. They never even notice and use subscriptions, random spending, repetitive small purchases. Once you see the problem, you can fix it. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Here's the part nobody talks about. Awareness alone can raise your bank balance. Action step number 2. Spend just 10 minutes a day learning one money concept. 10 minutes. Learn about compound interest. Learn about Roth IRAs. Learn about credit score hacks. Learn about budgeting strategies. Learn about debt paydown methods. 10 minutes a day may not seem like much, but 10 minutes a day over a year? That's 3,650 minutes of financial growth. And that can be the difference between retiring at 65 or working until 82 because you never learned the rules. Think about this. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough to stop making the mistakes that cost the average American thousands of dollars every year. Here's the shocking truth. A single hour of financial learning can save you more money than any stock tip or crypto coin ever could. Now, let me make this personal for you. What would your life look like if you truly understood money? What would change? What stress would disappear? What opportunities would finally become possible? Because here's the truth, financial education isn't just about money, it's about freedom. Freedom from confusion, freedom from living paycheck to paycheck. And the best part? This investment doesn't cost money, it costs attention. It costs curiosity, it costs 10 minutes a day, and the return? It lasts a lifetime. So let me ask you directly, because this is the only question that matters. If your life could look completely different 5 years from now, if you could have savings, investments, confidence, and control, is it worth giving yourself 10 minutes today? Because your future self, your wiser, older, happier self is begging you to start, not next month. Not next year, today. If you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe to Finance Flash, where we make money simple, clear, and truly life-changing. Your financial life doesn't improve by luck, it improves when you decide to learn. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.